YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we got another video here by Rev State Desu. Horrible Ironmouse situation. I wonder what's happening with Ironmouse. This would be an interesting situation to see. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Tell me what you guys are thinking, and let's just jump in. Let's see what Rev has to say. Let's go.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So TwitchCon 2025 might have concluded in San Diego 2 days ago, but the drama and controversy stemming from this event have not stopped. In fact, it's gotten a lot worse as people have shared their experience as a content creator at this event. We already know some of the controversies we've covered in the past couple of videos, but we have some new ones, more concerns about the incompetence of Twitch's CEO, Dan Clancy, and also the incompetence of his staff, particularly the security, and also people are expressing concerns about some experiences shared by VTubers, including Ironmouse, at this event, who, in my opinion, I think was, at the very least, let down by Twitch staff, or even worse, possibly taken advantage of and stolen from at this event.
Really?
Now, we'll get into all that stuff in just a second, but you guys are all aware of the Emiru situation. She was assaulted live during a meet and greet, and that raised a lot of concerns about security and just really the competence of their staff, who allowed this person to simply walk out of the event after assaulting someone who's made the platform millions upon millions of dollars. But it appears that Twitch...
What I said in the previous video, concerning with the whole Emery situation, you know, it's very fucked up. Don't get me wrong. It's a very messed up situation what happened to her. She clearly got sexually assaulted. A man was trying to forcefully kiss her and grabbed her. The security did the right thing, but it was only one security. After this guy did all of that, he literally just walked away and went home. Like, that was crazy. That was the most craziest thing to me. It kind of is a wake-up call to show that, you know, like, TwitchCon is bullshit. But also what I wanted to say was the main reason why I stopped the video here was that the people that are running Twitch are not the same people that are running TwitchCon. That's the one thing which I know. I'm telling you, there's a lot of cost cutting and a lot of budgeting that's happening. They don't have enough budget for them to have an extensive range of security, especially for TwitchCon and especially for certain creators. So I feel like, you know, as much as Emery has made Twitch a lot of millions for this company, the same people that she's making millions for are not the same people that are running TwitchCon. That's the one thing which I gotta say, because it is a corporation. So it's pretty sad to see what happened to Emery. Very messed up. But yeah, you know, Rev needs to chill out on him thinking that
really doesn't want to have a lot of conversations about this, because they are actively blocking people on social media through their official Twitter account, which is very bizarre behavior to say the least. But one of the VTubers who had a interesting experience at TwitchCon 2025.
The reason why they're blocking people is because, you know, Twitch, man. Twitch is just a very, you know, I don't know what's going on there, bro. It's just a weird platform that's happening over there.
Was Chibidoki, a very popular indie VTuber. We talked about this briefly the other day, but
yeah, Chibidoki had to reveal her face at the TwitchCon. She was kind of like, okay, for me, like, you know, the whole VTuber thing, I think they take themselves a bit too seriously, but at the same time, I kind of understand them being VTubers is for them to kind of have confidentiality, and for her to kind of reveal her face is low-key a big thing, but it's not that deep. But again, this big thing for VTubers, but you know.
Bringing it up because we have a bit of a follow-up to this. So she shared two things. Number one, that her meet and greet came to a very sudden end, and she thought, oh, that was it. That was all the people who were coming up. But it turns out that the staff told people in the line that she was sick, even though she wasn't sick. Very weird. But she also shared something that has to do with security concerns, where she was forced to unmask herself and show her face in front of a crowd to verify that it is in fact her at this convention, which is obviously a security concern for someone like many other VTubers who doesn't want to show their face to the public. And they put her at an unnecessary...
I feel like that is also a low-key reality check for VTubers, that, oh shit, you know, my confidentiality can be, you know, exposed, especially at an event like this. You know, it's a reality check too.
Risk, because they believed that was part of the verification process and they had to actually do that to verify it's her. But
which
that
is
seems like
crazy.
a load of baloney.
It
Looking
is
at
baloney. It is baloney. It's bullshit because bro, like there's so many things you can do if you have your manager. This like fuck what I'm saying. There's just so many things which you can do in order for you to verify if this is the person that is supposed to be here, and it shows the mismanagement of like the whole not VTubing, the whole TwitchCon. It was very mismanaged, no cap.
here. So the streamer Neon, this is a new clip. He
Deshae
convinced staff at TwitchCon that he was a completely different content creator and
That's
even
crazy.
took over his booth. And in
Yeah.
case you're wondering, this is not some mistaken identity. The guy who he took the booth from is a black man.
Frost.
So like they look nothing alike. He just walked in and was like, "Yup, I'm that guy. Give me my booth." And they just gave him the booth. So they're making VTuber
Honestly, that is super smart by Neon. That is too funny. Like Deshae Frost is now Neon. That is hilarious.
unmask
That is
themselves.
too funny.
But people like Neon are just walking up and taking other streamers' booths with absolutely no verification process.
Because he looks the part. And as well, the normal people, bro, people which don't give a fuck about streaming, of course are not going to know that this is Neon and we're supposed to see Deshae Frost. They don't give a shit. It shows, bro. Like, I'm telling you, the people that they hire as staff or security are normal ass people from San Diego. Are normal people of like, yo, do you want a job? Do you want to be security? Here, come apply. Boom, there you go. Literally, bro, it's not these people that are fanatics like us. That's why we are the fans. We're the fanatic people. We love the Twitch and you know, all of that. I know who Deshae Frost is. I know who Neon is. But does the normal person that watches like normal shows know who the people are, these people are, you know? Literally. Not necessarily incompetence, it's just, you know, bro, mismanagement, honestly.
Earlier, there's some more issues involving VTubers. This time, it is Ironmouse. And Ironmouse is someone, it's like a pretty good litmus test of how things are. If you're mistreating Ironmouse, man, I have like no confidence in what you're doing. She is
Yeah, if you're mistreating Ironmouse, the big VTuber, man, them other VTubers are cooked. It's over for them. They should just kiss their whatever treatment that they're thinking they're gonna get. They're not gonna get anything. If they're mistreating Ironmouse, it's over.
someone
You
who
know
already
how it
deals
is.
with her own health issues. And also, she's coming off a very rough couple of months. In case you don't know, especially for the people who are not
She
familiar
left
with VTubers.
VShojo.
She's one of the biggest VTubers in the world, and she was a part of a VTuber agency called Vshojo. And back in the summer, she announced that she was leaving Vshojo because part of a big subathon she did, she was doing a 50-50 split where 50% of the revenue was going to go to a charity of her choice, which is the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Turns out, Vshojo never delivered the money.
Basically, Vshojo stole all the money. So I think she made plus millions of dollars. They took all of that money, boom, ran with it. They took all the money and ran. And after the Ironmouse exposed this, they closed the company down. Like, what the fuck? How do you close a company down after you swindled your top earner? Like, literally, they closed the company down. Hopefully this becomes a federal case because this is a scam. But hey,
They were in control of her payouts on Twitch, and they never delivered the $500,000 that was supposed to go to charity. It never made its way. On top of that, they seem to have been also withholding some of her payments, which I would imagine is in the at least hundreds of thousands of dollars. So overall, I think it's very easy to say there might have been 7 figures she was never paid, whether it was for her charity or for her own revenue, which is obviously horrible. And Vshojo very swiftly imploded. It was the quickest speed run of a VTuber
Shutting
agency you'll ever see. In 24 hours, the whole thing imploded. Everyone came out with their own stories saying, yeah, I didn't get paid either. We've been owed X, Y, and Z.
Imagine the problem is with this company. Imagine they paid their own employees first before the people that actually made the money. Like, how do you pay your own employees first instead of the people that actually made you the money? And now, like, it became this big scandal. Then they literally shut down the company.
Vshojo's just been incompetent. It was a whole mess. But I say that because She is a guest, obviously doing virtual meet and greets at this event. She was also part of, I think, a concert and some other stuff. She was very involved in TwitchCon 2025. And I say all these things about Vishojo and everything going on with her because, like, obviously it's been a stressful couple of months. And, well, they're just adding on to it because apparently the staff at TwitchCon threw away gifts from her fans. Yup, they just hucked them in the trash. Which, there's not just a monetary value to these gifts that people took time to give to her, but also people made her things. They put a lot of thought and effort into giving her these gifts as a show of appreciation for who she is and all the things she does.
My comments on this again, what I said earlier, bro, the people that are at these events and shows, especially that are staff for security, are normal people. Literally, they will get these gifts and all of these weird, like, they'll see like these cartoon stuff and they're like, what the fuck is this? Of course they're gonna throw it away, bro. Especially if Ironmouse's management is not there, anybody that represents Ironmouse is not there, she's doing this all virtually, and of course, bro, all of this is gonna go to the dustbin. I'm not even shocked that this is all going to the trash or anything. It's because, bro, it's mismanagement. This is how these companies work. Unfortunately, that's how these events are. It's sad, bro. They're supposed to be doing better, but it's how it is, bro. It's fucking sad.
And Twitch staff, they hucked it. They threw it in the trash.
Oh, they took it
and
for
here's her
themselves.
tweet talking about it. I deeply apologize to all the VTubers and the fans who had meet and greets at the VTuber booth this year. It breaks my heart to know staff threw out all the gifts. I should have known better than to trust them and taken care of everything ahead of time. I am so sorry, everyone. And you can see everyone saying, like, it's not your fault. It's absolutely not her fault. You should.
It's not her fault in a sense of the matter, but I feel like how can I put this? How can I say this? The writing's on the wall. You can see, bro. Like, I don't know what makes these people so like not incompetent, but very trusting of Twitch. And the whole staff and all of that. You shouldn't be trusting Twitch because these people, they don't care, bro. There's too many content creators that are there. There's just too much weird shit that's going on. There's a lot of mismanagement, a lot of corruption, a lot of just weirdness, bro. Especially with the company that bases itself around its creators. This brand is built by the creators, not Twitch. Twitch doesn't mean shit. The creators are the ones that are bringing in the revenue to this whole organization, and for them to just kind of mistreat the product or service that they're bringing, that's the creators, is kind of weird, bro. Because it's like, again, what I said earlier, the people that are staff, the people that are management, the people that are security, all of those people don't give a fuck about who you are as a content creator. They don't even know half of these content creators. Maybe they know Kai, but Kai would never go to this shit, The top creme de la creme would never go there. That's why Ironmouse is doing it virtually. That's why dude, it's just a lot of mismanagement, a lot of poor, representation. Bro, I don't know who will go to TwitchCon next year, honestly. If I was a creator that was top creme de la creme, you would never see me in this shit. This would be bullshit for me. This would be at the bottom of my list to do unless they fucking pay me. Oops.
Shouldn't have to anticipate incompetence like this at an event where they should be taking care of you. And, just, this is all hypothetical. I can't prove anything, but there have been cases in the past with situations like this at conventions, not just TwitchCon, but conventions generally, where the people attending it, the people doing meet and greets, the content creators participating, they have gifts go missing. Well, it's not just because they're getting thrown out, it's because people are taking them. The staff is taking them for themselves.
It's not even a conspiracy. Yes, nigga. That's what they're doing. It's like, oh, this person has this much followers or fans or whatever and getting this much gifts. Of course I'm gonna take that shit. I stole that shit. What 6ix9ine say? I stole that shit.
I think that's a very real possibility. But either way, at the end of the day, she didn't get what she was supposed to receive from her fans. And to think that they either A, through incompetence, threw it out, threw all the gifts out, or the next option, which is someone took these items. Either way, it's really, really bad, and you couldn't do it to a person that would anger more people, right? Like, of all the content creators you're going to screw over, you chose Ironmouse.
Again, besides not even of all the content creators they chose, bro, I'm telling you, bro, the people that are running these events and all of that, I can put my money, they're not even familiar with a lot of these content creators that we are familiar with. Remember, it's also, again, I feel like, it's also like I don't feel like it's a wake-up call, but it's mostly like, it's a realization that, Twitch is also still very uniquely niche, and we're in our own little bubble. So like a normal person that is managing, that is a staff, or that is security at this event is not really familiar with, okay, this is the type of content creator that we need to take care of. And again, as well, it's a lot of mismanagement, it's incompetence, it's a lot of things that have been put, and that's the result that we have is TwitchCon, so it's messed up, bro. It is what it is, unfortunately. Welcome to
terrible
events.
Terrible decision by whoever at the Twitch staff who was involved with this. But it gets worse, because she was not the only one this happened to. This also happened to Henya the Genius, who's also a former VShojo member, who also left very quickly and was owed things from the company as well in that gigantic disaster. But she also said this: unfortunately, due to miscommunication or misunderstanding, any gifts or presents given to my meet and greet were disposed by the venue staff. What are we doing? I mean, at this point, like, even this happening to one person is already very suspicious and really a really bad look. But happening twice, and I'm sure probably to other VTubers as well.
It's not even I bet it happened to everybody. It's not even twice. It happened to all. If Ironmouse didn't get his stuff, all of them didn't get shit. They were literally getting free stuff. It must have been Christmas for the staff, honestly.
This is crazy. This is such a terrible look for Twitch. And a lot of people are looking around and they're like, Dan Clancy, CEO.
Dan Clancy's not to be blamed.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are not familiar with events. I don't know if you guys have been to like an event, maybe like a Travis Scott or a Travis Scott, Beyonce. The same type of setup when it comes to expos or events and all of that is the same also with TwitchCon. So basically with the events, they will have like certain groups. It happened in San Diego, right? So I bet what San Diego does is like, okay, cool. They will, how they hire people would be, they would source out different companies. This is how it happens in my country. I'm from South Africa. So how I know what we do is that they source out different companies. There'll be event organizers, right? And those event organizers, they sub companies that they source out from. And some of those companies may not even be proper security. They may not even be events or expos. It could be just some random company. I know a friend of mine, she's a nail technician. Bro, she was literally a staff in security at a Travis Scott concert, a nail technician. So, bro, they literally hire anybody. Whoever is anybody that's there, you're going to be hired. Okay, cool. You're there. Okay, cool. Come through. You're going to be staff for Ironmouse. Literally, that's how it is, bro, for these events and all of that. That's why for me, it's nothing shocking if all of this happens. I've seen it many times before. I used to host events. I used to do events, not as big as a complex con, but I've seen in real time, if mismanagement, all of these things happen real time, bro.
There have been a lot of people talking about this guy. In fact, there's a lot of tweets that are going viral right now asking for him to step down, listing out the many things that people are attributing to his quote unquote legacy at Twitch as the head of the ship over there. But yeah, the lack of security and the incompetence of the Twitch staff at TwitchCon is just, it's inexcusable. And when you have situations like this play out, someone's got to be accountable. Someone's got to answer to everything going on. And Dan Clancy doesn't seem like he wants to handle much of anything. In fact, he spent most of TwitchCon hanging around, and as we'll look at in just a second, hanging around a lot of young women and partying and doing all these things, including...
Nigga, I would do the same thing as Dan Clancy was doing. If I was the owner of TwitchCon, this is what he's supposed to be doing. Like, bro, like, these people don't take this shit seriously. Like, they do in a sense because it does make them money. But at the same time, bro, like, I don't blame him for doing the exact same thing because I would do the same thing
wearing
too.
This weird Roblox chain. Like, brother, have you been watching the news? Like, Roblox is in, like,
He don't give a fuck.
Huge trouble. In fact, today there have been indictments issued for people who were abusing kids in that game. But you chose, of all the games, Roblox is what you want to wrap around your neck.
Because he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't give a fuck. He's not in tune. He's the CEO.
Okay, interesting choice. But people are bringing up other stuff about Dan Clancy. You can see this tweet from Tectone sharing a message from Dan Clancy's Facebook back in 2016. And as pointed out here by Tectone, it makes a lot of sense that Twitch banned President Donald Trump because he had this to say back in 2016. Alas, the shame of it is that since we are so polarized as a country in what we read in the media, many Trump supporters would never see an article like this. Alas, I wanted to say Trump is an idiot, but if we were only so lucky, he is so much worse and much more dangerous as an idiot. While he won't win, his vile mouth will further polarize what is already a polarized country, making it even harder to govern over the next 4 years.
Politics I don't get into. It's just bullshit.
So Dan Clancy's not only making it very clear he thinks the president is stupid and he probably doesn't have a lot of good things to say about people who voted for him, but he's also wrong. Not once, but twice, because Trump would win the 2016 election as well as the 2024 election. So, you know, good call by Dan Clancy, but it's divisive stuff like this that really is telling. And the fact that he also banned Donald Trump's Twitch account at the time, which I don't even know if he was using it, but like, still, like, it was a very petty move and clearly politically motivated. But there's a lot more going on. Here's a clip. This guy, or these group of guys, were FaceTiming, and there was this girl, this young woman, and she was sitting next to Dan Clancy, who's probably 3 times her age. Now, of course, I'm not some Twitter freak who's going to be, like, accusing him of things because there's a big age gap. These are legal-aged women he's been hanging out with, not just at this TwitchCon, but for many years. But I point it out because 2 reasons. Number one, he's, like, a married man with kids. It's a bit weird to be hanging out with, like, young women all the time, like, who are, like, 20 years old.
Nigga, anybody can hang out with young women. Like, it's not that deep.
When you're, like, around 7.
Even if he was doing the things that he was doing. Like, I mean, he's hanging out with women of age. Let the nigga rock, you know?
Like, I think that's weird. I'm not going to accuse you of anything, but it is strange.
It's not this normal behavior. Stop acting. You virtue signaling, Rev.
Especially as a married man. But the thing that I really bring that up for is the fact that all these fires are going on at TwitchCon, and this is what he's doing.
Yep.
He's out partying with...
He's acting like a CEO, a proper one, of a big corporation. Again, as I always say, bro, Dan Clancy ain't running that shit, bro. He's not... He may be the CEO of Twitch, but TwitchCon is not the thing he's running, brother.
Girls a third his age. Like, it's just... It's very odd priorities. And it gets even worse because these claims have been backed up by other people who were at the TwitchCon for 2025. And they were saying they spent a lot of time hanging out with young women and partying.
Told that she was sick and that she couldn't see any more people, but she was completely fine. And then they also threw away the gifts the viewers got for her. And I was like, what the is going on? Yeah, I've heard, like, this one was crazy. I heard Dan Clancy was out a lot of nights with young girls around him, which whatever, man. If that's your thing, that's your thing.
For real.
But like, it just felt like this con felt so fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like
It's so weird, bro. It's honestly so weird for me, bro. Like, you know, it just makes me be like, dude, which other company is gonna come and take over the spot? Because literally, live streaming spot is wide open, but it's just so much money to enter this shit, bro. Because you need a lot of resources, a lot of money to actually compete with Twitch. You know, I don't know, bro. That's why, you know, I'm a huge advocate for you to be whatchamacallit, to multi-stream. Cause Kick is bullshit, Rumble is too political, YouTube is okay, but YouTube doesn't have the atmosphere of, let's say, a Kick, where it's really incentivized for you to be a Kick streamer more than a YouTube. So it's just, you know, it's weird, man.
last year, I told myself I don't like TwitchCon, and so many people were like, "Why do you like TwitchCon?" And I'm like, "Well, how long do we have?" But even more problems end up popping up, and really, I think that this is going to be one of the last TwitchCons that people go to. The attendance this year was terrible.
And I'm right there with this guy. Like, I think we agree. Like, you do you, man. You can do whatever you want. You're not breaking the law or anything, but it just seems like a little weird. But also, it's like your priorities are really screwed up. Like, TwitchCon 2025 had a lot of disasters. It was a really bad experience for a lot of people who did not deserve anything that happened to them. They didn't deserve the incompetence of the Twitch staff, whether it was security or just generally. And the head of the ship, the guy who's supposed to be running everything and keeping things in control, he's out partying with 20-year-olds. What are we doing?
Bro, he's the CEO, dude. Let the man rock.
Like, man, you need to take some accountability and actually run this platform in this convention, which is now going down probably as the worst TwitchCon. I heard the attendance wasn't good, and on top of that, you have all the controversies involving many different content creators who have made Twitch a lot of money. And don't undersell that, right? They should treat everyone well as a content creator on their platform, but
they won't, brother. They cannot. They literally cannot. Yeah. Nothing surprising. I think, man, you know, it's just corporations, bro. Corporations being a corporation. Nothing surprising. I'm hearing nothing surprising. I'm hearing nothing new. I'm hearing nothing that's shocking. This is how it is, you know, unfortunately, when it comes to these big corporations. They work like that. They function like that, you know. Something as big as Twitch, it's been there for a while, you know, to see that, okay, Twitch is a weird platform, you know. Slowly but surely it will fall. And I think it's one of those times where it is just falling. It's not the thing which we're happy to see. I'm very disappointed seeing what happened to Emery. The whole Ironmouse situation is not even shocking. Like, I'm not even shocked by hearing any of this, you know, because it is expected, you know. Like, what happened to Emilio was so messed up. I didn't expect it. And now for this to just happen, like, more and more, it keeps on happening worse and worse and worse. It's just crazy, man. Unfortunately, that's TwitchCon 2025. See you guys in the next video. You guys tell me what you guys think. And, of course, see you guys next time. Oh, I kind of glitched out at the end.